Now, what is a data warehouse? First of all, so far we have something like some technologies like DBMS. By adding new features, it will become as RDBMS. By adding some more features, it will become as ORDBMS. What are these? All these are what all are these? All these are strategies or methodologies to maintain data on top of a database. If you want to store some data in a database, either depends on your requirement. Either you can go for DBMS or DBMS or object-oriented relational database management systems. All these are strategies or methodologies to maintain data on a database. You can implement these methodologies on top of any database like Oracle DB2, Teradata, Netezza, SQL Server, whatever it may be. In the same way, we have some other technology that is data warehouse. This is also nothing but a methodology to store data on top of a database. This is also just a strategy to maintain data on top of a database. Like all these methodologies, this is also a methodology or a strategy to maintain data on top of a database. Theoretically, we can implement this data warehouse on any of the databases like Oracle DB2, Teradata, SQL Server, even in MySQL also we can implement these. All these methodologies follows a similar way, whereas this data warehouse, it follows somewhat a different way to organize the data in a database. Okay, then how it differs? Let me explain. In a company, an employee table is there. In that one record, employee number 101, and his name A. Assume he is working for our US region, and we are paying 10,000 as a salary for him. This is a record in our employee table. Assume. Okay, after some time, some days, we shifted him into our UK branch and the salary increased by 5,000. Then usually what we do here, how this record is going to change or what is the SQL statement we're going to issue. Usually we update this record. So this US will become as UK and salary increased by 5,000 like this. Usually we update the record. Kind of updation is there in these methodologies. Whereas in data warehouse, no, don't update any record. Keep the records as it is and insert one more record with the updated information. Employee code 101 and his name A. Now he is working for our UK and salary increased by 5,000. Like that, insert one more record with the updated information. After some years, some days, shifted him into our Australia region. Insert one more record. Salary increased by 5,000, 20,000 now. Now he is working for our Asum, working for our Japan, and now we are paying 25,000 as salary. So what we're really doing here, we are maintaining the history of this employee. We are not updating anything, we are not deleting anything, orally we are maintaining the history of the employee like this here. What is the use of maintaining history like this? Now, if I want to do some analysis, yes, I can do. Initially, I am paying, if I want to do some analysis like how much I am spending more on his salary. Initially paid 10,000, now paying 25,000, means I can say I am spending 15,000 more on his salary. If we update the records in these methodologies at the final, this is only the record which is going to be there in our database. So if I want to do analysis, it is not possible. Okay, orally, the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. Analysis is the main need here. If analysis is not required, then no need to talk about the data warehouse or no need to construct a data warehouse. Okay, orally the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history like this for analysis. This is the case with only one employee. If I maintain all my enterprise data like this, means first of all procurement, production, marketing, sales, HR, public relations, if I maintain all my enterprise data like this, then I can analyze what is going there in my business, and by doing the analysis on the history, I can take better decisions for my company growth. Okay, orally the main concept of data warehouse is maintaining history. Okay, you may ask where is the primary key in this table? That is different story. We are not going more detail into data warehouse. Okay, usually in data warehouse we use circuit ID as primary key. Okay, leave it. That is not required for us right now. Okay, now we are not updating anything, we are not deleting anything. Keep on insert like that. After 2 years, after 10 years, data warehouse, it may contain tons of data. I mean, petabytes, gigabytes, petabytes of data. Why? Because we are not updating anything. So theoretically, we can implement this data warehouse on top of any database, but some practical problems are there. That is, the database product what you want to use for data warehouse, it should support bulk data processing capabilities and multi-processing capabilities should be there. Otherwise, the retrieval will become very slow. And kind of some practical problems are there. That is why usually we use Oracle, Teradata, and the latest NetEase as data warehouses. Of course, many of the old implementations are there still in DB2. It is okay. Now, orally, the thing is the main concept of data warehouse. Data warehouse, there is also nothing but a database. But the way of maintaining the data is different than these traditional methodologies. Okay, orally, the purpose is maintaining history for analysis. Okay, now let us see a broad picture of data warehouse. Of course, a broad picture. We are not going to discuss in detail about data warehouse. A wider architecture of a broad architecture of data warehouse. Okay, take any company like say for example Johnson & Johnson. It is having multiple departments in it like R&D, sales, public relations, like that. Multiple departments are there. For R&D, they are using Oracle as the source database, and on sales they are using MS SQL Server. For public relations, they are using MySQL. Assume they are using like this. I'm not too sure whether they are using the same or not. Okay, but consider like that. For R&D, Oracle. For sales, SQL Server. For public relations, MySQL. They are using heterogeneous databases throughout their organization. Why? Why not they are using the same database? That is depends on their requirements and the price. In R&D, by spending crores of dollars, the result of the R&D is there in this department. So it is not supposed to be leaked. Very secure data. If something got leaked from this department, the competitors also can produce the similar kind of products by changing. And in this department, they are maintaining not only successful R&Ds, they are maintaining failed R&Ds also in the database. So why? Because those are learned lessons. So bulk data support. They need to have bulk data support and high security in this department. When compared to other products, other database products, Oracle can give you the type of environment in a better manner. So even though this is costly, they need to use Oracle only there. For sales, the data volume something less and the sensitivity also something less. So MS SQL Server is enough for their needs here, somewhat cheaper than Oracle. For public relations, they are using MySQL. This is open source. In public relations, what they are maintaining customer addresses, distributor addresses, kind of generic information, and the data volume is also less. That is why they are using MySQL here, open source, without paying money. Anyone can use this. Like that, depending on their requirements and licensing issues, they are using heterogeneous databases. For public relations, here also, if they want to use Oracle, yes, non-restrict them. They can use Oracle, but not that much requirement is there. Why unnecessarily they need to pay money for Oracle? Based on their requirements and licensing issues, they are using heterogeneous databases throughout their organization. Okay, here, these in all of them together called as operational source system. The total thing is source for the data warehouse. Now, extract the data from the source system and place that into a and apply transformations on top of that. Transformations, the count is different from product to product what we are using, and transformations are different transformations are there, like cleansing, scrubbing, tuning, lookup, aggregated, like the different transformations are there. I'll give you a small example for a transformation. What a transformation, what is the purpose of, what is the use of the transformations. Say for example, in a bank account number 101 on a particular day, say December 1st, 2015, opening balance is this much, and multiple transactions are there in this bank account on the same day. multiple transactions are there in the bank account for the same day. As we are discussing, the data warehouse is for analysis. So as a bank manager, for my analysis, all these records not required. For my analysis, what I want to have is I want to have total deposits and total withdrawals. This is enough for my analysis need. So if I want to get total deposits and total withdrawals, here I need to perform some calculations like summation of all deposits and summation of all withdrawals. This type of things are called as transformations. Okay. After applying transformations, load the data into data warehouse. How we are maintaining the data here? Insert only, don't update or don't delete. January 1st, account number 101, total deposits how much, total withdraw how much. January 2nd, insert one more record. January 2nd, account number 101, total deposits how much, total withdraw how much. January 3rd, keep on insert. Keep on insert. Like that, we are maintaining history in data warehouse. This process, extraction, transformations, and load, this process is called as ETL process. For ETL, we have different tools are there, like Informatica, DataStage, Data Manager, of course many other tools also there. By using this ETL process, extraction, transformations, load, by doing this ETL process, we are loading the data into data warehouse. Now, the history is available in data warehouse. Data warehouse, as we are discussing, the main purpose is analysis, main concept is analysis. Okay, we are maintaining, say for example, from past 5 years of data we are maintaining in this data warehouse. So one day a sales manager asked me like to do some analysis on his sales staff. If I say, boss, the tables are there in the data warehouse, I am granting you access on those tables, so do your own analysis. If I say like that, then what happens? That will be my last day in that company. Why? Because he is a sales manager. He don't know how to bring the required information from the database. He don't know how to write the select statements. Nothing. He don't know. He is a technical. He is not a technical user, so he don't know any technicalities how to write SQL. If you ask like government policies, company policies, consumer trends, gross profit, net profit, like that, he can explain your fingertips. So because that is his area. So the data loaded into data warehouse, not usable by end user directly. No, not possible with them. So instead of doing like that, if I prepare some charts, trends, or some pivots kind of thing, and if I display like these are the top 10 employees who are working very good in Asia Pacific region. These are the least 10 employees who are not that much working in America. Like otherwise, these are the few products which are not up to the mark in Europe. Like that, if I prepare some charts or trends or some pivots kind of thing, and if I present them, the users, the managers, they can understand easily what is going there in their business, and then they can take actions accordingly. For that, here in data warehouse, we have one more area, that is reporting area. For reporting also, we have many tools like Cognos, Business Objects, ClickView, Pentaho, like that many tools are there, SSRS, like that many tools are there. But among these tools, some of them are commercials and some of them are free versions are there. Anyhow, among these dozen tools, I can say this Cognos BI, this is it is having at least 35 to 40% market share in this Cognos, in this BI area, and this is an IBM product. And so far, IBM sold 32,000 licenses on this Cognos BI. That much widely used tool this is, and those many projects are running on this Cognos BI. Okay, now before going into this Cognos BI, this source system, this is called as OLTP system, and target system, I mean data warehouse, this is called as OLAP system, online transactional processing, online analytical processing. Then how these two differs? What is this transactional processing and what is this analytical processing? Transactional processing, all the records will be, all the transactions will be recorded here in OLTP system, all the transactions. Take Bank of America or State Bank of India. Okay, go bank, do some deposit, do withdraw, or do ATM transactions or online transactions or POS transactions. All the transactions will recorded in this OLTP system. all the transactions will be recorded in the OLTP system. Whereas in OLAP, all the transactions we are not maintaining here. Say, for example, this is OLTP. All the transactions will be recorded here. And as a manager, what required for me? I want to have total deposits and total withdrawals. I am maintaining this information only in data warehouse. So I can say consolidated information. OLTP, this is OLTP. It contains all the transactions, and this is OLAP. It maintains consolidated information or aggregated information only. Okay, OLTP, as we are saying, if you go bank, if you do any transactions, all the transactions will be recorded here in this OLTP system itself. So number of hits for this server is too high. Think about Bank of America or State Bank of India. How many customers will be there? How many transactions are performing daily? So number of hits for this server is high. So these OLTP databases, these are normalized databases. What is normalization? As per the definition, normalization is a process which increases the database performance by reducing the redundancy. So this server, as the hits per the server are high, these servers need to work as fast as possible. That is why OLTP systems are normalized. Whereas OLAP, these are normalized. These are denormalized. Because as we are saying, if you apply normalization, it won't allow redundancy. Then without having the redundancy, it is not possible to maintain the history. That is the reason OLAP systems, these are denormalized systems. Then what is about the performance? Yes, performance goes down. Anyhow, the number of users for this OLAP are very less. As a bank manager, I am only the user for this system. Otherwise, my superiors like zonal managers, regional managers, anyhow, the number of users are comparatively less for this OLAP system. And on OLAP systems, we won't grant access for users. As a bank manager, I use this system to do analysis on my business. I am not going to allow my bank customers to do analysis on my bank, right? So number of users are very less. And OLTP system, these are it follows a relational model, whereas OLAP follows multi-dimensional model. This is not like some bugs are there in relational model. That is the reason we are using a multi-dimensional model here. No, not like that. In OLAP system, this is denormalized. So to get better performance even in denormal form, we have some techniques like multi-dimensional modeling, star schema, that we will discuss later. This is not the right time to discuss about what is OLTP versus OLAP. We will discuss that later in our tool itself. Because anyhow, in our tool, we're gonna create multi-dimensional modeling. At the time, I'll give you what is a relational model and what is the dimensional model. If you use multi-dimensional model, what is the advantages we are going to get? That we will discuss in the tool itself. Okay, now let us talk about this Cognos BI. In some aspect, we call this as querying tool. Sometimes we say the tool as querying tool. Sometimes we say this as a reporting tool. Some aspect we call this as reporting tool, and sometimes we call this as business intelligence tool, and sometimes we say this as a decision support system. Why these many different names? The same tool. Why these many different names? Well, because let us see one by one. Querying tool. Being a tool, Cognos creates queries automatically. No need to write any select statements here like select star from. No, nothing required. Being a tool, Cognos creates queries automatically. And the two here in Cognos, we have only select statement. No update, no delete, nothing. Why? Because by using this ETL process, the data already loaded into data warehouse. This is already available in the data warehouse. So we are going to fire select queries by using the tool, and we're going to produce reports based on the data that already presented in the data warehouse. From reporting area, it is not possible to write back to a database. If you want to write or if you want to delete or whatever it may be, you need to do through ETL tools itself, not from the reporting tools. The role of the reporting tools just to read the data from data warehouse and prepare reports based on the data that already presented in the database. Data warehouse is also a database. Okay. Now, by using being a tool, Cognos creates queries automatically. No need to write any select statements like select star from so and so. No, not required. And In worst cases, the query prepared by Cognos is not meeting our expectations. Assume like that. If I want to edit the SQL prepared by Cognos, yes, we can do that. But it won't happen usually. In my case, I never edited the SQL. If we are editing the SQL, then why to use the tool? The tool itself prepares the queries. Okay. And in one more case, I did not want to allow Cognos to write SQL. I can write myself. Yes, we can write ourselves. Three things: the tool prepares queries automatically. If you want to edit that, you can edit, or if you want to write your own SQL, you can write. And that is why we are calling this tool as querying tool. And one beautifulness here with the Cognos in the querying area, you can join heterogeneous databases into single query. I'm thinking like all of you know about Oracle sample tables employee and department. Assume employee table is there in Oracle, department table is there in DB2. So if someone try to write manual SQL to join them, it is not possible. But by using the Cognos tool, we can put heterogeneous databases into same query. How to fire that query? Cognos internally it will take care about that. Even though the tables are from different databases. And reporting tool. By using Cognos, we are going to prepare some sort of reports. To demonstrate you what is a report and how it will be useful for business, I want to take my Excel. Just here, I am showing you what is a report and how it will be useful for business. I am not going to, I'm not going to prepare Cognos report here. Just I am taking Excel help. Okay, in a company, a sales manager is there. He wants to do analysis on his sales staff. He asked us to prepare a report like how much revenue their staff generated in August month and September month, otherwise October month to month. And he wants to see the difference whether their performance is increasing or not. Now I am trying to create a report. Staff name and revenue generated by them in August and revenue generated by them in September and the difference. Okay, staff name A, assume he sold 2 lakh worth of goods in August. Here 2,20,000 worth of goods he sold. His performance increased by 20,000. And now take one more employee B, assume 2 lakhs only here, and here 1,80,000. His performance degraded by 20,000. And take one more employee C, assume 2 lakhs only, here 2,50,000. His performance increased by 50,000. Creating this type of reports, this is a Cognos developer task. The report development done, then submit the report to the manager who requested you. Now the manager, he started analyzing this report. Staff A, yes, his performance increased by 20,000. Well and good. Staff B, his performance degraded. What to do him? Provide some training him or motivate him, otherwise terminate him. Like that, the managers, they are taking their own decisions depending on this type of reports. Staff C, he is top among all his employees, so give him some cash incentive. A, his performance increased but not that much, so don't give him cash incentives, send him an appreciation mail. Like that, the managers are taking their own decisions depending on this type of reports. Here, the manager needs to focus more on the negative performed employees. But because of these employees, we are losing our business, and this is advantage to competitors. I'll give you some rough example. Assume we are working for Colgate company. This B, what his responsibility is, he needs to distribute our Colgate paste for all the outlets in a particular geographical area. He is not distributing properly. That is the reason his performance is degrading. We have a customer who is using our Colgate paste from past 10-15 years. Why he is continuing with us for that much long time? Because he likes some quality, some taste, flavor in our paste. That is why he is continuing. One day, the customer paste exhausted. He wants to buy a new paste, and he went to an outlet, and he asked for our Colgate. but because of this B in that outlet, Colgate is not available. But using the paste, there is a daily need. So because of non-availability of our Colgate paste, the customer bought some other paste like Pepsodent. He may like something there. He may like some flavor or some taste, some quality there. If he likes something there, he never come back to our Colgate. We are losing our business. All these things are happening because of this B only. So the manager needs to focus more on the negative performed employees. Not only these 3 records, assume we have some 200 records or 500 records like this. Out of them, some 3rd record or some 55 record or some 77 record or 105 record are having negative numbers. The manager needs to check whose performance did search. The manager needs to search. Instead of doing like that, if we highlight the negative performed employees, by seeing the report itself, we can understand and we can take the actions accordingly, right? This is one example for a report. And now I'll give you one more example. In a company, a procurement manager is there. He wants to buy some 100 systems for a computer systems for a project. This is not the first time. They bought many times and they're maintaining their dealers and their qualities in the database. Qualities in the sense how they are charging and how about the service, how fast they are able to deliver the systems like that. Now the manager requested us to create a report. I am creating this. I am taking dealer X, dealer Y and dealer Z. Price, service, how fast they're able to deliver, duration. Here I want to give ranks out of 5. 1 is best and 5 it will be worst. Now a report prepared like this. Now submit this report to the manager who requested you. Now he started doing analysis on this. Dealer X, price 1. 1 means best price. Yes, good. Service average, duration 5. 5 means worst duration. It will take a 1 week or 10 days kind of delay with him. Okay, duration, everything is average. With the Y, everything is average, and with the dealer Z, price worst. Worst means he is charging much. When compared to others, competitively, he is charging a high price. And service average, duration 1 means best duration. He can deliver the systems immediately. Now, what the manager situation is, he needs to start the project immediately. Then, to whom he is going to give the order? He needs to start the project immediately. Then, yeah, he is go for best duration. Yes, he go for best duration. Why? Because he needs to start the project immediately. And price, worst price means this is not like double triple. He's charging competitively something higher than others. Price is not the important thing here. Why? Because the requirement is he needs to start the project immediately. Okay. One more case. Till now the project is in discussion stage, not yet finalized, not yet confirmed. There is no guarantee that we're gonna get the project. Competitors also there. Still it is in discussion stage. To project to client, he wants to buy 100 systems. Then to whom he is going to give the order? Anyone please? To whom he is going to give the order? He needs to start the project. I mean, some time delay is there.
X.
He'll go for best price. Yeah, duration 5. Worst duration, this is not that much important now. Anyhow, this is not like months, years. Okay, 1 week, 10 days delay with him. There is no problem. The project not yet finalized, not yet confirmed. So he'll go for best price. Like that, before taking decisions, the managers, they need to depend on this type of reports. Without depending on this type of reports, if they take decisions, either they may lose time or they may lose money. Say for example, if he needs to start the project immediately without considering this report, if he places the order for X, what happens? Duration, worst duration, 1 week, 10 days delay, the project will be delayed. Like that, before taking decisions, they need to focus on this type of reports. Okay. By using the tool Cognos, we are preparing this type of reports. That is why we are calling this as reporting tool and business intelligence tool. The managers, they are able to analyze what is going there in their business. This is one of the examples for that. And decision support system, before taking decisions, they need to depend on this type of reports. That is why we are calling the same tool sometimes as decision support system. Okay. Now I think you are clear what is querying, what is reporting, what is business intelligence, and what is decision support. Any questions now? Yes, Chaitanya, please.
I just want to know, like, how different is this Cognos compared to other reporting tools?
See, other reporting tools are there like this ClickView. That I worked on a database which is having 750 petabytes in the size. Just think about the database size, 750 petabytes. How big that is? This tool Cognos can play comfortably on that.
So, like, you mean with the larger data, performance?
Larger data, performance-wise and features-wise, in many of the tools it is not possible to join heterogeneous databases. Many of the other tools, but here you can join the latest Netezza with the SQL with the Excel sheet itself. Even with the Excel sheet in a single query, that much flexibility is there. Like that in GUI also. And nowadays, GUI also getting more improved than when compared to other tools. Even when compared to old versions of Cognos, nowadays the visualization part is also enhanced. So I can say it gives you best visualization. And going forward, also Cognos is focusing more on the visualization part nowadays because the backend everything is robust so far, and they are concentrating on in-memory concept.
What if the volume is low? Is it still preferred to have this, or?
Yes, it is playing very good on high-end volume. So no doubt if on the less volume databases and the features wise also. Okay. Anything else? Clear about the screen, right? So can I continue?
Yes, Ajay.
Okay. Now let us see the different versions on the Cognos. Initially they released EP6, Enterprise 6, Series 6, Cognos 6, like that. Different names are there, but the given name is EP6. I'm not too sure whether any prior versions to this or not, because this version itself it is almost 12-13 years before version. Okay, and then they released Enterprise 7, EP7, Enterprise 7, again Series 7, Cognos 7. Okay, Enterprise 7. I started my career here, and then they released Cognos ReportNet. Here 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then they came up with the Cognos 8 series. Here 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4, and then they released Cognos 10 series. Here 10.0, 10.1, 10.2, and subversions 10.2.1, and the latest release 10.2.2. Okay, we are going to learn this version. This is not yet completely reached into the market, just a couple of months before itself, this version, 3 or 4 months before this version released. Okay, and I started my career here. So throughout the topics what I'm explaining in our course, I can say like this is a new feature introduced from Cognos 8.4. This is not there in the previous versions. This is there in the old versions also, but the implementation's way is different. Like that, I can give you the version comparisons also throughout our course. And now, let us come to the next slide.
Ajay?
Yes, please.
And here, actually, the Cognos 10.2.2 came, I think, last year itself. I think already it was.
No. Not even in the last year. In my project also, we got the software below 4 months itself. We installed in our POC servers. That is not yet there in our project environment.
Yeah, this month I think they are going to release Cognos 11 also.
Cognos 11 also.
Tomorrow.
Yes, I know.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, I know that. Okay, and the new features in Cognos 11 that I'm not too sure. I need to go through that. Okay, the visualization only. I think most of the areas they are for concentrating on the visualizations. And now where we are, the different tools. Different tools are available. Some of them are web-based applications and some of them are Windows-based applications. Web-based applications means you need to have some client-side, no software required in your machine. That is web-based applications. And Windows-based means you need to install some software in your machine and you need to work with the installed software. Web-based means nothing required, just like Google or Gmail, you can work with these applications. Server will be configured on some machine. You need to connect to that machine by using your browser, and you can start working with the web-based applications. In the web-based applications, the first one is Cognos Connections. Cognos Connection, this is an entry point kind of thing for for all the web-based applications of Cognos. If you want to access any of the remaining web-based applications, first of all you need to connect to this Cognos Connection portal, and from there onwards you can find links for these remaining reporting applications. All these are reporting applications. Not only these, if we have something like Business Insight Advanced, Workspace Advanced, those are introduced newly in Cognos 10 series. Okay, all these are web-based applications only. Say Business Insight Advanced. All these are new tools introduced in these two. Introduced newly in Cognos 10 series, and all these are reporting applications only. For reporting, why these many applications? Why? Because actually Repo Studio, this is the professional report authoring tool. By using this tool only, as a developer, we are going to work with Repo Studio most of the times. I can say 95% of the times we work with this Repo Studio only. The Query Studio, Analysis Studio, these are not meant for the developers. These are for end users. I mean, Query Studio and Analysis Studio, these are for end users. Of course, this Business Insight Advanced, all these are for end users. Why for end users? As a developers, we are already working on the Repo Studio. Then why these studios for end users to create their own ad hoc reports? End user, if they want to create some report, if they want to see some report, they can use Query Studio or Analysis Studio, Business Insight again, this is a dashboard kind of thing. Business Insight Advanced, this is a reporting tool. Okay, they can use these tools to create their own ad hoc reports. Then you may ask, already we are there as developers and we are working with the Repo Studio, then why end users, they need to work with the remaining reporting applications? Why? Because to complete a small report, at least it will take 2 to 3 days to complete that. It doesn't mean that the report development is complex. Report development is easy only. Then why it takes time? Not only in Cognos, any IT development it may be, we need to follow the process. First of all, usually they need to raise the requirement. As a developers, we need to understand what the end user is asking. If we have any doubts, we need to schedule a meeting with them. Orally, we need to get the clarity what exactly they want to see there, and then prepare a design document, submit them for a technical review. If any review comments are there, we need to update the review document, and again submit that for review. Once we get the sign off for the design document, then only we need to work on the tool. Once we have developed the report, we need to test the report to ensure the report is showing accurate data. That is called as unit test. Once it is done, then move to QA or testing. They'll play with that. If any bugs are there, we need to fix them. If everything is clear, then only it goes to the end user. This is common. Life cycle is common for all the total IT development, not only for Cognos. To complete this process, at least it will take 2 to 3 days for a small report. But for the end user, the requirement is not that much great requirement. They want to see the report simply by dragging and dropping. For that, we have Query Studio, Analysis Studio, especially this Business Insight Advanced. This is renamed as Workspace Advanced in the later version. In the latest versions, this is Advanced. Okay, and this Analysis Studio, this is for event monitoring kind of thing. Say, for example, every month end, I want to get, if any of my salespersons sold more than 5 lakh worth of goods, I want to send an appreciation mail. We can do by using this Event Studio. Okay, orally the thing is, all these are reporting applications. And what I'm saying is, all these tools can produce queries automatically. All these tools produce queries automatically, and without these tools are capable enough to write SQL, but without knowing anything about the database, no, it is not possible to write SQL, right? Say, for example, I am assuming already you know about Oracle sample tables, employee and department. Forget about it. You don't know them. If I ask you to write a join between all these, without knowing the metadata, without knowing the tables, it is not possible for you, even though you are very good at query writing, right? In the same way, for these tools also, without knowing anything about the tables, it is not possible to write write the SQL for these tools also. Then, for that, we have a framework manager application, a Windows-based application here. Basically, this framework manager, this is a metadata modeling tool, and we are going to import the metadata into the framework manager, and we're gonna apply the join conditions. And is there any predefined securities? Is there any predefined calculations, predefined filters? We need all these things together called as metadata modeling. Once you are done with the modeling, create package and publish package from the framework manager, and we're gonna use the publisher package as a source for these reporting applications. Now, in form of the publisher package, these tools knows about our database. From there onwards, these tools can produce queries automatically. I'll give you some rough example. Assume you as these reporting applications, me as the framework manager. In framework manager, what I'm doing is I'm writing everything about the employee table and department table on a paper. Employee table, it is having columns like employee number, employee name, manager code, blah blah blah. Department table, it is having columns like department number, location. If you want to join these two tables, use department number. This is the common column. Like that, everything I am putting on a paper. Assume that paper is a package. If I give you the paper, if I give you the package, if you look into the package, now you know about employee table and department table. So you can produce your queries on your own, right? Okay. While explaining about the employee table and the department table in the framework manager, I explained in a wrong way. Just based on my explanation only, you are preparing the queries here. So you prepare wrong SQL. So obviously we are going to get wrong result. Now in this case, the problem is there with you or with me. The problem is there in framework manager only. Why? Because here we did wrong modeling. Just based on our modeling only, here these tools are preparing queries. So these tools prepares wrong queries. So obviously we are going to get wrong data. So while creating the models, while creating the models in the framework manager, we need to take much care. If you do anything wrong in the framework manager, obviously all your reports will prepare wrong queries. You are going to get wrong data. So I can say this is a hard kind of thing for Total Cognos. And I'll come back to this transformer a little bit later. Okay, how the project workflow will be. First of all, in real-time projects, we need to work with the framework manager and we need to create models and then publish package. And by using the publisher package, we work with this reporting, Repo Studio. Most of the times we work with Repo Studio only. The remaining all are end user tools. Okay, we work with this Repo Studio only most of the time. So first of all, create models in the framework manager, publisher package, and with the publisher package, we are going to work with this Repo Studio. This is project workflow. But for learning, we are going to learn in a reverse way. First of all, we are going to work with this Repo Studio, and then we'll learn the framework manager. Why I am saying in a reverse way? Why? Because in the framework manager, if we do any changes, definitely that will reflect in reporting applications. If you are able to grasp the changes, what is happening there in the reporting, first of all, we need to know how this reporting, the Repo Studio is behaving while preparing the queries. If we know that, then in framework manager, I can give you the comparisons like, see, I am changing something here. See how it is reflecting in this reporting. Like that, I can give you the comparisons. If you are able to grasp the changes, what is going there at the report level, first of all, we need to know Repo Studio. That is the reason. First, we are going to learn this Repo Studio. Once we are done with the Repo Studio, then we'll move on to framework manager. Once we are done with the framework manager, then we'll discuss about this Cognos connections. Cognos connection, here we have user options are there and admin options are there. User options, anyhow, we are going to learn all, and admin features, we are going to learn the admin features which are useful for developer. Not only useful, we are going to discuss more features than required for a developer. But my class, this is not meant for a dedicated admin. We are going to cover more features which are required for a developer, like deployment and how to add the securities kind of thing. We discuss how to create ASINs. Okay. And once we are done with that, then we'll look into Query Studio, Analysis Studio, Event Studio, Business Insight, and Business Insight Advanced. And then Transformer. This is a cube creation kind of tool. We can create Power Cubes by using the Transformer. Actually, the license is different and the course is also different, but I'll give you overview on this Transformer, how to create cubes I'll show you, and how to create reports based on that cube I'll show you. This is our agenda. Okay, after completion of each topic, I'll give you some hands-ons, some exercises. You need to complete those hands-ons yourself. Our people will take care about the installations. They give you the installations. So once you get the installation, you start practice. I'll give you exercises after completion of each topic, couple of exercises daily, and some of them are less complex, and some of them are high complex. You need to complete those exercises yourself. I'm not going to help you anymore in those hands-ons, because all the prerequisites for those hands-ons will be given in the prior class itself. So I'm not going to help you. You need to work hard. Why I'm saying like that is, if you try to achieve the solutions for those hands-ons, you learn many things and you will get good handy with the tool. That is the reason I'm saying like that. If I feel that really you worked hard, still you didn't get the solution, I'm ready to give you the answers, not a problem.